Trust the Lord guide my hand against a Roman popery.
And they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom!
We're on a mission from God.
Entitled, you want answers!
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
Maybe we should chug on over to Mamby-Pamby land, where maybe we can find some self-confidence for you, you jackwagon!
Coming to you live from his padded cell high atop Bethel Church, the most heralded, the most despised talk show in all of human history. This is the talk show hell hates. This is Pastor Mike Online.
And here we are coming to you live from our top secret broadcasting bunker here at Area 52. This is Pastor Mike, and I'm online and live with you today. I made a mistake. It was a mishap. It was me not paying attention. Let's see if you can pick it up. Let's see if you can find the mistake.
Sight, okay? And it's about ascension. This is what we're going to deal with today. Remember these verses, Isaiah 14. I've used them so many times because it really does display the nature and the character of Satan and evil spirits like the beast. And it says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?
I gotta have a drink.
Thou hast said in thine heart, number one, I will ascend into heaven. Number two, I will exalt
Oh
the
my
throne above the
goodness!
stars of
Oh,
God.
I need some
Number
laughter.
three, I will sit also upon the mount of the
Yeah.
congregation in the sides of the north.
Yeah,
Number
made
four, I
a
will
little
ascend
bit
above
of
the
a
heights of the
mistake
clouds.
there.
Notice ascend-
Just a little bit of a mistake. That's going to cost me some. That's going to cost me some points in heaven. No, just kidding. Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad to everybody out there in. I can't hear. There we go. To everybody out there, I hope you have a wonderful holiday. Celebrate the coming of Jesus Christ. He is coming. Folks, let's give the Lord a hand. Where's my sound effect? Turn it up. Let's see here. I don't hear him. Let's see. No. See if this works. No. Wait. I think maybe that's it. Nope. Don't know what's happened. Don't know what to do. Don't know what to say. Don't know what's wrong. That's plugged in. That's plugged in. You know what? I may just do this here. I may just do this. Reroute this cable here. Let's see, that's my microphone cable. No, I don't want to reroute that one. That one's already working. Here we go. Here we go. Now let's just put this right there. There we go. That's a little loud. How about that? That's better. How about black helicopters? Yeah, they're flying overhead always. All right. Good to be with you today. I have been collecting. Let me put this away here. Let me pull this up here. I have been collecting more and more and more drone videos. I keep saying drone. And folks, they are. This is not what I call a mechanical drone issue. It is not that. It is something far more sinister, is what I'll say, is what it is. Far more sinister than just anything that this world can put forth. You know, we have a lot of clues in the Bible. Jesus warning us. Let's see if I can find that scripture for you. Jesus warning us to not worry about the one who can kill the body. Let me see if I can find this. Add a phrase. But the one who can kill body and soul. Yeah, here it is. Matthew, let me put this on the screen for you. Matthew 10:28. I like this. Verse 27. What I tell you in darkness, that speak ye in light, and what ye hear in the ear, that preach ye upon the housetops, and fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. And let me just remind you of something. It's not man that you should be worrying about. Let me get a little light here. It's not man that you should be worrying about. It's not a group of people called the Illuminati. It's not the Bilderbergs. It's not the Rothschilds. It's not the Bill Gates Foundation people. It's not even P. Diddy. Okay? Or Diddy P. Quite sure he did. But anyway, it's not any of that. We wrestle not against flesh and blood. We are wrestling against spirits, principalities, powers, rulers over what? Over the darkness of this world. So every night now, you've got people going out, taking their phones, their cameras, anything that can record things, and they're taking them outside and they're looking, and in many cases, they're finding stuff. And they're finding some pretty incredible, not uncredible, but incredible things. So, let's see here. Oh my goodness. Let me give you an example. And I'm going to try to cut the sound down on these, because you've got a bunch of people that don't know how to, they can't utter a word without putting in a bunch of F's in there. People, this is not a military drone. This is not something that was made by McDonnell Douglas. They're not in business anymore. They sold out. This is not something made by some plane manufacturer or military contractor. Don't know what this is. But I don't know. I don't know what these lights are. I don't know. I couldn't tell you what shape that is. I wouldn't be able to tell you that. But yet there it is. And where does it come from? What is it? What is it doing? Who knows? What is it there for? I do know one thing. I know, let me play that some more. I know that it's there to be seen. Of that I have no doubt. It is there to be seen. The prevailing idea, and I believe this, the prevailing idea concerning UFOs and things like that is they have the ability to cloak themselves. And believe it or not, some people have recorded this on video. Their cloaking device looks an awful lot like the movie Predator. Now, which came first? The chicken or the egg? Which came first? The movie idea, Predator, and some higher intelligence said, you know what, we can do that. Or the higher intelligence had already been doing it. And somebody related to the making of that movie said, I think we can do this with computer graphics, CGI. And so that's what they do. But so I believe they have the ability to cloak themselves and not be seen. So why is it then would they fly around and be seen? Take a look at this. This one's just weird. It doesn't appear. It doesn't appear to point in any one direction. It's going crazy. Don't know what it's doing. Don't know what that white emission coming out of it is. But that, again, that's not no military drone. It's not. How about this one? That's not a military drone. It's not CGI either. And I would say because, let me see if I can get there. See how it lights up this handrail here? So when I hit play, you'll see it lighting up this handrail in such a way as if this was CGI, that would be, it's one of the things you look for, okay? But this one's flying fairly low. This looks to be, well, I don't know. I don't know if that would be England. I don't know if that would be America over on the east, maybe. But that's kind of what it looks like to me. How about this one? UFO witness within 3 meters of cameraman in New Jersey. This one also it lights up the ground around it. Things behind it, things in front of it. It's lighting them up with this blue light. I will say that I believe that you are looking at an intelligent entity. is what you're looking at. You're looking at an intelligent creature, a created being. And now you might have issues with that. First of all, let's ask the question, does it exist? Does it exist? Well, let's look at it again. Seems to be there. Seems to be lighting up the area around it. It does appear to be there. There's no doubt in my mind that it really does exist. And if it really does exist, then there should be something in Scripture that gives us a hint. So, number one, if it really exists, then we look at John chapter 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by Him, and without Him was not anything made that was made. Now understand that Jesus Christ made that thing, gave it its intelligence, although that intelligence may be limited because of the nature in which it was created under. In other words, if it has a human-like nature, or the nature of God, then it has the ability to be aware of itself, aware of its own existence, aware of its place in God's creation. It can think abstract thoughts. It doesn't just operate on instinct and breeding and so on, or training. And so I think we're looking at an intelligence, and I think this intelligence there was reacting to the person who had their phone out, capturing this on video. But I don't think it has like I would say the intelligence of man, where it is aware of its own existence, and it can contemplate a future for itself where it would be better for it than what it is now, sort of like animals. Okay? If you take the best trained house dog that you have ever had, and you let it go out in the wild and just say, "Goodbye, dog, you go live for yourself," the dog won't build a doghouse. The dog won't solicit funds from people so that it can go out and buy the dog food that it's used to buying. Okay, you see what I'm saying? Doesn't have that kind of intelligence, and that's That's this, let me call it what I think it is. That's what this star is. Now, you might say, Pastor, how can you call this a star? I mean, stars are great big and yada, yada, yada. Okay, well, the Bible calls them stars. Every angelic creature, every single one of them is a star. And as such, God has a name for them. They have rules that they must abide by, and if they break those rules, then God will force them out of heaven. They will fall to the earth. We know that that's going to happen. Revelation chapter 12. But there is nothing that says stars have to be, billions of miles around in circumference. There's nothing that says that. And there's nothing that says that a star cannot be living. After all, let's just look at stars for a minute. Okay? Boy, that's a good study for you right here. He made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, the lesser light to rule the night. He made stars also. God equated the Israelites with the stars of heaven. Many, many, many times he did that. And then we have, let's see, where's the prophecy here? Concerning the star, Jesus Christ. Let's see here. What the stars of heaven, the stars of heaven, till all the stars appeared. Multipliest thou as the stars, let the stars. Let's see here. Where are we? Come on, Mr. Star. Where are you, Jesus? Yeah, look at Lucifer there. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. Look here in Isaiah, they talks about the stargazers. Well, those are people who sit out, those are people who are going out every night now with their cameras, and they're looking for these stars to show up. Because really stars, the definition of them, and I looked this up, the definition of them are these heavenly luminaries, or these heavenly lights. And so certainly what it is that we're seeing qualifies as that. Where is the Star of Judah? Where is that? That's the Star of Chiun. I'm missing it somewhere. That's why the case-sensitive thing was clicked. So now we should be able to find it. Numbers. I knew it. Yeah. I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh. There shall come a star out of Jacob. Now think about this. It literally means Jesus Christ, who is the star that comes out of Jacob. A scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab, and destroy all the children of Sheth. And Edom shall be a possession. Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies. Israel should do valiantly, and so on. And out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, and shall destroy him that remaineth of the city. But clearly that's referring to Jesus Christ. And so you have to ask the question, did Jesus ever shine like a star? Of course he did. Mount of Transfiguration. He comes down, his face is shining like the sun, which is a star. Now, I'm going to test drive a theory on you. Let's go to Wikipedia. Now, I know some of you say, "Oh, that's the Illuminati. They write those." Not everything on here is wrong, okay? I'm looking at what this is. Plasma in physics. It is it's what referred to as the fourth state of matter. The word plasma, meaning moldable substance, meaning that it can come in various shapes and forms and so on. It is one of four fundamental states of matter, the other three being solid, liquid, gas, characterized by the presence of a significant portion of charged particles in any combination of ions or electrons. It is the most abundant form of ordinary matter in the universe, mostly in stars, including the sun. So if you believed, maybe we were even taught this in school, I don't know. I mean, I heard that sun was, made like of helium and things like that. I don't know, but actually what's going on in the sun is it's not burning gas. It is beyond burning. Okay? It is, if I remember right, what makes something plasma is that it has been stripped of all of its electrons, and I'm not sure about that. Plasma can be artificially generated, for example, by heating a neutral gas or subjecting it to a strong electromagnetic field. The presence of charged particles makes plasma electrically conductive with the dynamics of individual particles and macroscopic plasma motion governed by collective electromagnetic fields and very sensitive to externally applied fields. The response of plasma to electromagnetic, this is pretty much over my head, is used in many modern devices and techniques such as plasma televisions or plasma etching. Okay? Depending on temperature and density, a certain number of neutral particles may also be present, in which case plasma is called partially ionized. Neon signs and lightning are examples of partially ionized plasmas. Unlike the phase transitions between the other three states of matter, the transition to plasma is not well defined and is a matter of interpretation and context. Why don't you just tell me what it is? Good grief. Lightning is an example of plasma present at Earth's surface. But basically, with every... Here we go. Got a video here. This is, hello, come on. Called The Plasma Dancer on the Limb of the Sun. I don't really see it doing anything. Yeah, I don't really see it doing anything. I saw something down here. Maybe all of these things here are plasma discharges. Maybe that's what they are. Anyway, here's why I bring this up. It appears, and this is what I've heard, that the video that we just saw, let me play her again, that light there, it's not burning gas. It's not burning propane or helium or anything like that. It is basically made of plasma. And that may very well be what the Bible was referring to. Let me stop the video. When God said that he has made his angels out of fire. Let's see if we can look that up. Flaming fire is the term. Yeah, who maketh his angel spirits and his ministers a flaming fire. Now, plasma is related to fire. But again, I think it's, whenever I hear the phrase fourth state of matter, the three states are solid, liquid, gas. That applies in this dimension. Plasma, it would seem to me, could possibly be linked with a higher dimension. Just thinking. But when it says, who maketh his angel spirits and his ministers a flaming fire, think about this. What was it that Moses saw in the bush? The bush appeared to be on fire, but it wasn't consumed. And would that be because that bush didn't have fire on it? It had this fourth state of matter on it. This plasma on it. Okay? Showing up and making itself into the visible form that Moses saw when he came down and the bush spoke to him and he spoke to the bush. And we know it was we know it was God. We know it was the Lord. We know it was the angel of the Lord. All three of them being one and the same. And we know the plasma there was on the tree, but the tree was not being consumed. And when it left, the tree was just as happy as it was before that ever showed up. So I'm just, thinking out loud here, people. Don't quite accuse me of heresy just yet. Not quite yet. All right? I'll let you know when you can accuse me of heresy. Okay? All right. Now, so just kind of keep that little thing in your mind as we look at some more of these videos. What is this one? Let's see here. I think I just played that one. Yeah, I just played it. How about this one? Oh yeah, this is my favorite. Look at this. Man, oh man. We got stuff flying all over the place. And it ain't letting up either. They're just going and going and going and going and going. The song that's in my head right now is Meet George Jetson. Jane, his wife. I don't know why. I guess the flying car thing. But look at those. Every one of those is a living organism. Living, alive. Okay? It's alive. Play it again, Sam. And Jesus Christ created them. Now, what are they doing? What are they doing? Well, again, I say, because of the fact that they can be seen, and they can be seen very well, it tells me that, number one, they're not trying to hide. So it would be apparent that they want to be seen doing the things that they are doing. They want to be seen doing this. Let's see here. How about... Oh, you want me to play that out? Man, oh man. Think about this, folks. What if there was a football game, college game played at night, or a professional, and I'm talking about America football. I'm not talking about soccer football. That ain't football. Anyway, America football. And you've got 60 or 70,000 fans sitting in this huge arena. And they're watching this game. And all of a sudden, this is an open dome. And these lights just appear. And they're moving. And there's keeps coming more and more and more of them. And finally, they come down into that dome and they start flying around the dome. They're having a look-see at mankind. Okay? And I would say mankind maybe not at his very best. Okay? If you've ever been to a pro football game. I got tickets one time. I don't remember how I got them, but it was to a St. Louis Rams game. And after the days of Kurt Warner. And so it was right after church on a Sunday morning. So I took my son Caleb, and we went up there, and I'd never been to a pro football game. I've been to a lot of baseball games, Cardinal baseball games. St. Louis is a big, big baseball town. We love our Cardinals. But anyway, we went up there, and I didn't know this, but they had like open bars all over the place. I'm not necessarily talking about out in the foyer where you walk around trying to find your seat. I'm talking about like inside there, open hard liquor bars. I mean, you can buy vodka, whiskey, rum. I don't know what all else. I don't drink. But you could buy all of that stuff there. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And the people behind me were fairly lit up. Okay, by the time that game was over with, they were fairly ignited. And I told Caleb, I said, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here before these drunks can find their car. But what would happen? And knowing what we know now, as I play this video one more time, what would happen if this event took place inside of a pro football stadium during a game? You would have some people leaving in a hurry. You would have some people just bedazzled. Ooh, ah, ooh. You would have some people saying, oh, come to me, come to me, come to me. You would have others that would be saying, join me with you. Join me with you. I want to be one with you. I don't know if I have this. Let me look, see here. No, I don't. I can show you a video clip. This is from a I don't think it's a Netflix series or something like that they're doing on UFOs. This guy down in Texas got a pretty good sized ranch down there, and he used to work on planes and so on. He was an expert mechanic when it came to planes and everything like that. So he knows how to identify, and he knows what they can and cannot do. And he's outside, and he sees this ship coming toward him up in the sky. It's not too high over his head either. And he said it just basically took my gaze. He said I couldn't look away if I wanted to. But he said that was the thing. I didn't want to. Because along with seeing this the way it was, he said the closer it got near me, the more that I had this overwhelming feeling to be one or to be united with this chariot. That's not the first time I've heard that. If you remember, Goldie Hawn had that very same experience. She was resting in somebody's car, her back or ankle or something like that. And I'm scratching my leg, by the way. This dry skin this type of year, oh, it makes me itch. But anyway, if you remember, I talked about Goldie Hawn and her experience. And she was outside sleeping and taking a rest from her dancing thing in somebody's car that she knew. And this thing flew over the car very slowly. Too slow to be any kind of vehicle that we would have. And she said she had this overwhelming feeling to be one with whoever was inside that ship. She just felt like we need to be together. We need to be one. I'm not going to do this now, but look up a video on YouTube. Write this down. It's by the Black Eyed Peas. And there's a song called Meet Me Halfway or Meet You Halfway. And you will see it. If you don't see it, you send me an email and say, Pastor, I don't know what you're getting at with that. Because it's obvious. Okay? But anyway, that's these things give people these overwhelming feelings that we need to be together. We need to be one with you, like Edgar Mitchell coming back from the moon on Apollo 14. That's what was the overwhelming thought that he had in his mind was, I'm one with everything. Okay? All right, now let's see here. Let's get another one. Let's get a good one. Yeah, let's get a really, really good one. Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah, Star Wars here. They start out peaceful, but then someone reaches for their lightsaber and pew, 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 pew. How you like them for sound effects? Somebody's not happy with something that's going on. And I don't know how this turns out. And I don't know why in the world, when people are recording something like this, why is it, number one, that they keep driving? I don't get that. You're seeing something now for the very first time in your life, something that everybody has told you does not exist. You're looking at it for the very first time, and all you can think of is, well, I got to keep driving. I got to keep driving. Never think to pull over, get out of your car so you can watch, and then you're seeing this, you're recording it. You've got something now, you can record this thing as it happens until the whole phenomena goes away. But you say, you know, I was supposed to meet somebody this afternoon. We were just going to hang out. Are you kidding? This is a once in a lifetime. I mean, I've never seen one. But if I saw one and I'm driving, I'm pulling over. I may have to drive a little bit to find a place to pull over in the right spot, but I'm pulling over, I'm getting out, and I'm going to record until there ain't nothing left in the world to record. So, I don't know. How about this one?
Very surreal. I mean, to hear you saying this, again, it just sort of hits me in a different way coming from you.
Wow.
I've been skeptical of this.
Okay. This guy, and I'm going to apologize for the audio. I don't know why it's doubling itself. But this reporter here has what I've been telling you about. He has his paradigm shift. Whereas before all of this stuff started happening, whenever he got called to do a news story, if somebody that saw a UFO, he's like, can't you call Fred to do this? I mean, Fred gets into that stuff. I don't want to go out and talk to some idiot, some toothless coon hunter, talk about how he saw these lights in the middle of the night. I don't want to go and hear this. But all of a sudden, he got his paradigm shifted.
The story, as a resident of New Jersey, as a journalist here, I thought it was going to be some sort of
changed my entire view on the story. Earlier in the afternoon, I was out with the Ocean City Sheriff's Department. They have a drone unit. They've investigated these things. What they saw a bunch over the weekend. We did not see anything with them last night. I was coming back home. I got a tip. Monmouth County, they're spotting them in Monmouth County. That's where I live. So I raced up here. And I tried to figure out where the picture was. Somebody sent me. And sure enough, I saw one. So I trailed it to a neighborhood, dead-end street. I got out of my car. I took my phone out with my iPhone, and I couldn't really capture it, but I was staring literally at this drone 200 feet above me, maybe. I called our photographer, Nick, and I said, get up here as soon as you possibly can. Meet me at this location, etc. I tracked a few more to the location where we are right now, over a body of water behind us. And I gotta say, Brian, over the next 2 hours, we saw dozens and dozens of these things, and they look like nothing you've ever seen before. I'm not even sure I'm right calling them a drone. You know, they looked like they were fixed wing aircraft. They had multiple, blinking lights. They did not look anything like a plane. There's plenty of planes flying overhead. Like tonight, they're not here. We're seeing just planes. Last night was totally different. They look creepy, and they move at a different pace. We tried to even follow a couple. They went off in the distance and disappeared. It's completely rewired my brain on this topic, and I'm a believer, and we need answers. We don't have answers, and we need someone to step up and say, here's what's going on. Because otherwise, like we're heading down this path in New Jersey and the states where people just take this into their own hands.
Yeah, I'm looking at your video right now. We have in the middle of the night. I know it's tough at night. When you're using your iPhone, it's pitch black, you said you're near the water, but so it's kind of hard to see. We've heard these reports from people, but hearing it from you, Rich, as our investigative reporter, knowing the kind of work you do, it is kind of freaky to hear you say that you couldn't identify it. Describe it a little more. I mean, how big, and when I think of a drone, you think of like it's got four, it's almost like a helicopter with four rotors. Are these not? Do these look different than that?
They look different. They almost like a U-shaped or V-shaped. They didn't make a sound. It was
listen to that.
A couple hundred feet above us. You just didn't know what you were looking at. It was moving across the sky very quietly, and we kept saying to each other, like Nick and I, like, what are we looking at? Like, are you getting a shot? And what the heck are we filming? There's a couple shots you can see where you can see that it's fixed wing, and it doesn't look like a plane. It almost like inverted. It sounds crazy as I say this now, Brian. Like that's what you're seeing on the screen. That's what we're seeing right above our heads, and it happened until about 11:30 at night. And then it started to like die off, and I was like, we can stay out here all night. But I went to bed. This is my community. I've never seen these things in the sky over my community before. I went to bed thinking like, this is wild. These things are flying over our homes, over our residences. There's a military Earl, which is a munitions depot just like about a mile and a half behind me. They've reported sightings of these things involved, and they said they're ready to take action if they need to. This is for naysayers out there, like, this is real.
So how many did you see at once, Rich?
Yeah, the reporter is like, this is for the naysayers out there. This is real. This is what the reporter's saying. I was you 3 weeks ago. People say UFOs. I go, but then he's looking at them, and he doesn't know what he's seeing. There's nothing in his mind and in his background. There's nothing from which he can make a common frame of reference. In other words, he can't say, yeah, these things look like blank, because he has never seen anything like this in his life. And the fact that they made no sound. I would say that's one of the, that would very well be one of the identifying aspects of, is it a mechanical drone from the military, that it has, it makes a sound with the rotors, or maybe it's a small jet or something like that, or it makes no sound at all, because apparently, and I do think that the Bible even tells us what it is that propels these objects the way they are propelled. But I definitely think that the Bible has answers just like that. And the way that these things work, dealing with electromagnetism, and that's really all I know about it. I'm not a physicist. I'm just not one that knows that kind of language. And I mean, if you easily explained it to me, I might go, okay, and then say, well, this is that which is spoken by the prophet, whatever, because that's where the details are, I believe. But anyway, when I hear about how they're able to move about, how they're able to just appear and disappear and so on, and I think of these spirits, that these chariots are actually made of and made from, and then what it is that in all probabilities drives them or pushes them or drags them through the atmosphere, through waterways, with apparently no drag at all. There's nothing, I mean, you know that water is thicker than air. And we, to this day, don't have an underwater seaplane that can travel 500-600 miles an hour. Apparently, we don't have anything like that. But anyway, I think these things, they would definitely change my mind. If I didn't believe in it, this kind of stuff would change my mind. And hopefully it's changing. If you don't believe in it, and you wonder why I'm spending so much time on it, it is because I believe that it absolutely has everything to do with Bible prophecy. And you know what? Let me give you an example. Okay. Let's say that these devils, these gods, these spirits, are the ones flying, through the air, flying from, the edges of space back to our earth and so on, doing all kinds of things. Let's say that they're the ones that are responsible for this. That it's principalities and powers and rulers of darkness and spiritual wickedness in high places. Well, in Daniel chapter 2, we've got Nebuchadnezzar's dream, of the final kingdom on the earth. I mean, this is the one. This is it right here. And it comes in the form of a dream. Nebuchadnezzar is so put out by this, and he's put out by his own monthly prognosticators and his Chaldeans and his astrologers and so on. They can't tell him what his dream is, because they're saying, oh, king. No king has ever asked his court to tell us for us to tell his dream and just know it like we know the back of our hand. You can't expect us to do that. And King Nebuchadnezzar said, well, I'll tell you what, boys, if you don't tell me what I dreamed, then all the other stuff that y'all been telling me the last 2-3 years, I'm just going to think that y'all are lying to me, and with those lies comes the penalty of the law, and I'm going to hang thee about the neck until thou art dead. I'm going to watch you go purple on the rope is what I'm going to watch. Okay? So, Daniel hears this. Goes to Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, commonly known as Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And Daniel says, boys, I think we need to pray. What's the matter, Daniel? And he tells them, oh, definitely, we need to pray, Daniel. We need to pray. So those four get down on their faces before God and they pray. The Bible doesn't say they prayed all night. The Bible doesn't say that they fasted. The Bible doesn't say anything. It just said they prayed. And the next day, they get up and they tell the king, we have the interpretation of it. We have the dream too. We can tell you that one. And so, let's see here. Where does the Bible say that? Yeah. Verse 28. There's a God in heaven that revealeth secrets and maketh known to the king Nebuchadnezzar what shall be in the latter days. Thy dream and the visions of thy head upon thy bed are these. As for thee, O king, thy thoughts shall come into thy mind upon thy bed, what shall come to pass hereafter. And he that revealeth secrets maketh known to thee what shall come to pass. But as for me, this secret is not revealed to me for any wisdom that I have more than any living, but for their sakes that shall make known the interpretation to the king, and that thou mightest know the thoughts of thy heart. So he says, verse 31, king, is this on? Okay. Thou, O king, sawest, you know what, I gotta take this off. I can't be prophesying with my head covered. Thou, O king, sawest and behold a great image. This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and the form thereof was terrible. Not that he meant like, that's the worst statue I've ever seen in my life. They call that art? That ain't art. It wasn't like that. It was terrorful. It filled the heart with terror. This image's head was of fine gold, his breast and his arms of silver, his belly and his thighs were of brass, his legs of iron, his feet of part iron and part clay. Thou sawest till that a stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet. that were the iron and clay, and break them to pieces. Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together, and became like the chaff of the summer threshing floors, and the wind carried them away, and no place was found for them. And the stone that smote the image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth. Whew. Man, I like that. So Nebuchadnezzar is like, that's it. Daniel, that was the exact dream I had. Oh, what does it mean? Verse 36. This is the dream, and we will tell thee the interpretation thereof before the king. I had the weirdest dream. Not last night, not before last. And I don't really put a lot of meaning into my dream. I really don't. But I dreamed that we had, I don't know, I was with some people, and you know how it is. You're familiar with them in the dream, but outside of that, I don't have a clue who these people were. And anyway, we had gone to this coast of China. Yeah, the China. And apparently, China wanted better financial, international ratings or whatever with America. In other words, you know, let's try to get along with our American friends, okay? So in this particular area of China, they had spent a lot of money to Americanize it. They had like a big theme park. And what else was in there? I remember I was with some people, and we were in this rubber raft, and we were kind of going down this. It was like at an amusement park. They had made this fake river, you know, for this thing to go down. And then all of a sudden, you see this humongous drop-off. I mean, it's like, I don't know, it's like 400, 500 feet down. And I'm like, we're going to get killed. We're going to get killed. We're going to die right here. So I held on tight, and there was some people saying, no, you won't. It's fun. Trust us. So we head down that thing, and we're picking up speed. And by the time we get to the bottom, I don't know, something happens, and we start slowing down, and all of a sudden, whoosh, we just kind of like breeze on into the water there, and everything was fine. And I remember seeing like old buildings that were, like old abandoned houses, and they were American-style houses. There was even an American-style old church that was there. And so I said, wow, boy, this, is this China for real? And, of course, they had some vendors, selling Chinese this and Chinese that and so on. And I have no idea where that dream came from. I don't have the first clue where that came from. Anyway, I'm sure somebody will write me an email and say, Pastor, I think I know what that means. Yeah. Anyway, so we know this. Let me skip to this here. The fourth kingdom, which has yet to be on the earth. Don't let anybody tell you, oh, we're already in the fourth kingdom, and that's already this, and that's already that. I got people all the time telling me, Pastor Mike, it just seems to me like we've already gone into the trumpet judgments. I mean, look at this, this is happening, and that's part of the trumpet judgments. I guarantee you, I believe that when we get there, all of us are gonna know it. All of us will. Okay? So anyway, just be careful. So verse 43, whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men. So we know the they is, I wouldn't call them China or anything like that. I won't say it. This is the revised Roman Empire or revived Roman Empire. That's what everybody is saying. These are angelic creatures, gods with a little g, that have come down, and they are mating with human women, just like in, let's see, where was that? Genesis 6 and some other places in the Bible, but just like that. And you're going to have some kind of hybrid species that's going to arise from that. And that, of course, then is going to bring in this notion that man now can become a god because he's got God DNA in him. And I absolutely believe that that's how this is going to happen. And the UFO thing definitely has everything to do with that. I don't see, the more that I read, the more I study, the more I contemplate on this passage and others, I'm convinced more and more and more that this is exactly what's going to happen. Am I right? Am I wrong? Well, we'll see, won't we? Right? We'll see. We'll let the Lord be the revealer of all secrets. Okay? And we know that the Lord never lies. Amen. Hey, it is Christmas Eve, and I certainly want to wish each and every one of you, Christmas is not one of my favorite words. I like Feliz Navidad. Feliz, may you be happy. Navidad is like related to the word nativity. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. Did I get it right? Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. Prospero, prosperity. Año, year. Felicidad, may you have a happy new year. Okay? I love you all. Right after Christmas, tomorrow, Thursday, We have a group going from here to Kenya, and they're going to be doing some ministering there. We have Michael always has to go this time of year anyway, take care of the end of the year and the beginning of a new year, things with our radio station, licensing and whatnot. And then we'll be doing a feeding there and spending some time with the orphans, and just pray for them. Pray for, you know what, I'll have you do this. Pray for Pastor Lordson Rock and his ministry. They have a slum ministry where they go into the slums and they help some of the children there. I think that is awesome that they do that. And I think now the Lord is probably going to have me go to India at some point. I don't know this for sure, but I think that's going to happen. So anyway, pray for us. Pray for our ministry. You are the reason why we do what we do. And I hope to be able to continue to keep on doing it. All right? God bless you. I love you very, very much. No service tomorrow night. We will see you all again come Sunday morning. New Watchman broadcast is out. You ought to see what's in that one. Oh my goodness.